Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another edition of the Untitled podcast. Today I have another special guest. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Jeremiah.
Alright. You shouldn't say your last name if you don't want to. Yeah, so today, you wanted to get on. I was just like, alright, whatever. So we're here. Nobody's at the park today. Surprising. Because there's always people trying to ball up.
There's a lot of bad people who try to play. Well, there's people playing football behind you, and I think it's just a peewee league,
You should go play with them. Just run up on them.
Alright, guys, now.
Alright, guys, give me the ball. He's like, "What are you doing here sitting? No,
Hey,
give me the ball."
you're a little too old for this.
I was like, I'm a little too young for this. Yeah, what?
And there's some drug addicts behind me. I don't know.
Oh, whenever I did this last week with Kane, that like 3 different cars parked behind what we parked over there. And, they didn't leave their cars. And then they left one by one. So we thought either there was a drug deal going on or there's something else going on.
Every time I come to the park, it's like, I don't know, something crazy always happens. I remember about a month, 2 months ago, me and someone else, we came to the park, right? And we stayed there till about 9, 10, and there was this one car that just kept circling around us. It was black. I don't know what type of car it was, but it was black, and they stopped, you see where those benches are? Stopped, on that road, and we thought we were gonna get shot. it was pretty interesting, but as we were about to leave, they're saying bye to us, and we found out that it was girls. Oh. So me and that person, we just got in our car, started driving, and then we were gonna follow them because we thought that it was gonna leave before we did, but it didn't. So we just stopped right next to the car. We honked, and they honked back. So then we just kept going, and we thought they were gonna follow us, but sadly enough, they didn't. We all felt pretty bad that day.
Dang, that sucks. Anyway, so moving on.
What do you think about it?
The Dragon Ball FighterZ game, because I love fighting games, 2D fighting games. I love them. I play Smash. I love Street Fighter. Mortal Kombat sucks, but I still like its concept. Marvel vs. Capcom looks sucky right now, but the original ones are good. I like 2D fighters. So I was really excited when they announced Dragon Ball Z Fighters because it's Budokai, the original Budokai, not the 3D fighting one, but the 3D 2D. I was really excited about it, but I wanted it to come out on Switch just because I want to take it with me. And they said if there's enough support, which obviously there's gonna be, that they make a Switch port. And I'd be down for that. So whenever I'm on the bus at 2 a.m., you just hear Dragon Ball FighterZ. It's says you go Switch, and I can just play. So yeah, and a lot of the characters look pretty. I'm just mad they're not gonna have Yamcha.
They look a little weird to me. I don't know. It has
Is it because it's 3D sprites and 2D fighting, or is it like that?
Well, no, because Mortal Kombat's like that. I think it's because of the art style they chose. It's kind of like how they did it in the anime, but the only real fighting game that I've ever played was Mortal Kombat, and that's probably because I'm a scrub. I ain't good, but I wanted to get it because I kind of thought it would be another what's it called? I don't remember what it's called, but I thought it would be open world or something.
Oh, Xenoverse.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be another Xenoverse, but
that's coming to the Switch too.
I got pretty sad once I was like, oh, it's a 2D fighting game. I don't really like 2D. I mean, they're alright, but it just matters what kind it is,
Yeah. Well, yeah, I love fighting games in general. Even UFC games. I'm not a big fan of them, but I still I just like fighting. But I'm really I guess I was really upset when they said they wouldn't make Yamcha a character because I was like, why should I buy the game?
But
I want my young man Yamcha.
But it's a Dragon Ball game. It's supposed to have all the characters.
Krillin's in it, yeah.
If Krillin can be in it, then Yamcha could be in it. What the?
Who else is in it? Piccolo. Yeah, Piccolo's in it.
Goku's in it. He's gotta be in it. Super Saiyan's gotta be in it too.
Golden Frieza's in it.
I I know they showed it off at E3. I didn't really get to watch E3.
Really? I watched.
Yeah.
I did it like I did. I every year I just open up Twitch and the whole day I just watch E3.
The only thing I was looking forward from E3 was Rockstar for Red Dead 2. But they released a trailer like last year, and they didn't. I don't think they had anything for Red Dead 2 on E3.
Yeah, this year's E3 was like compared to last year. This year's E3 was kind of slow. There wasn't anything for what's the name of that game? Dead Rising? No. The
Dead Space.
No. The you know who Hideo Kojima is? The guy. Yeah.
The one who made Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah. I forgot what the name of the game is.
It's that one that has
the guy from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, that guy. I know.
Death Stranding.
That's what it's called.
Yeah,
I know
Stranding.
before they called it PT, and like everyone liked it. Like I remember seeing all these like videos on it. It was crazy. But the thing about it is why they didn't do it is because his contract, or it was something about his contract, and they didn't like each other, and he was just proud. Or once he got laid off, then I think
Sony hired him.
I think. Wait, who had him before? Konami?
Yeah, Konami.
When Konami let him off, like, I think their games started to go a little bit down. I don't really remember. I don't know. Was this last year? Or?
This was about like 2 years ago. PT was a trailer for the new Silent Hill game.
Yeah, but they made that into a different game?
Because he
doesn't have the rights, right?
Yeah, but he still got Norman Reedus, so he's making like his own game. And he's working with Guillermo del Toro, like the.
Like I've seen like stuff about it, but I don't really know much about it.
All I know is that it's pretty expensive. Of how much like, I've heard people say that it cost maybe like $20,000. No, $20 million. I was like, no, $20,000. No, the game.
They probably make a lot of money, judging how GTA made like 50 million. Or yeah, they made about a lot of money the first day it came out.
And
I remember
even with
I bought
DLC and all that.
Yeah.
People buy those DLC packs. Classic. No, yeah, but yeah, this year's E3 was kind of lacking. The only good things I got out of it was like the Switch, the new Mario game that I'm excited about that. Dragon Ball Z Fighters. That's the only thing I was excited about during the Microsoft conference, and it wasn't even exclusive. There wasn't really anything. PlayStation was really sad this year. They had the new Spider-Man game, and the only thing I wanted out of it was free swinging. And like the first like 2 minutes.
Wait, what's free swinging?
Like, did you ever play Spider-Man 2 whenever you can just swing around the city just freely?
Is it? Well, I don't really remember that. I remember Spider-Man 3. But I don't remember if that's like.
Not Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation. Nah, that was like the best superhero game I've ever played. Just because they didn't have grids, so like the whole like buildings were hitboxes. So whatever your web hit, you can just swing from it. So like I'd spend hours just swinging around, just fighting bad guys, and I wouldn't even do the main quest. So that's all I wanted from this new one. And the beginning ones, they had like grid locks, so I was really sad. But during a chase scene, I hope that he was actually free swinging because there wasn't any grid locks. So if there's free swinging, that's all I need, and it would be a 10 out of 10 game. But the combat's really similar to Batman Arkham Asylum or whatever, like those Batman games.
Yeah, the one by DC.
Yeah, like it's really similar to that, and that's kind of sad because it's just like set combat, and I just like, if I want to hit a pedestrian, let me hit a pedestrian.
I know, like. I wish that in superhero games, I mean, that's bad, but it's like, I wish in superhero games, you can, like, fight whoever you wanted to. You can be either famous or infamous, just like the game. Infamous?
I never, I think that game, the gimmick was that you can be bad or good, but, like, it gave you a meter. If it didn't give you a meter, I think it would have been better, because you wouldn't know what you were doing.
Well, the thing is, about, that game is that you were kind of forced to, but you didn't really have to take that route because you're always I know in the last game before Second Son, you're forced to take the path where he dies, which is pretty dumb, but I can see why they did that, just so that they didn't have to make like 4 or 5 games on the same person, and they just stuck it to 3. But I kind of like that they had. I like multiple choices, and that's one thing I like about games.
Like, have you seen like the Walking Dead games?
I've seen it on Instagram a lot. Like, I hate I hate that so much. The RTS, where it's like you either shoot the girl, or no, you shoot the kid, or you save your husband. And I'm like, I'm on Instagram. I don't think I need to be looking at this. I don't even like anything Walking Dead. I think it's pretty dumb.
I think I like the games are way better than the show. And
Yeah.
I played the first season. I cried at the end because of the ending. The second season was still good. The third season, it was alright. But the point is that you like make your own decisions. But even no matter how bad your decisions are, towards the end you all just go straight to the exact same ending. So I guess the point for The Walking Dead is not like, oh, you could have like all these different options at the end, but the point is like how you interact with the characters.
That is set, yeah. But I was thinking of something. Well, like everyone, like it was sad. Somebody almost died at the Pee Wee football.
If they just snapped their neck, they just like glided and went home and went in.
They get the ball, but then as they're running, they don't see the coach, and his head just goes like, I don't know, inside of his body. But the thing about Walking Dead, the first season that everyone was crying about, I was like, I mean, it's sad, but it's like you can't really relate, and that's what I look for whenever it's like a sad game, you know. And if I can't relate, then I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is really like sad. Like, even though other people can probably relate, I mean, it's an okay game, but it's just I don't really know how to relate to how it is when people start crying.
Yeah, I think the only I think the reason why okay, so the spoiler alert, even though it's like such an old game,
4
so
years
yeah,
old.
so whoever died at the end, the reason why that I cried a lot is because I like that character, because The Walking Dead has characters that I just hate, because not even like I just hate the characters, just like even like some of like the characters that are supposed to be good, I just hate their design, and like the people.
Norman Reedus, I like that guy.
That's the guy from Death Stranding. That's the end of this podcast, guys. Thank you guys so much. We wrapped it back up. No, yeah, so I think like I've cried during video games only like if like the story's good, if the character I care about a lot, and you know, I understand relatable things, but like if like the story's good, that's what I kind of hope for a game. Because I mean, I could have a relatable basketball game, but you know, I can't exactly be the next Michael Jordan, so I can't relate on that level. But I can relate on like if you're a child and you have depression, like, oh, I know how that feels. Like, I understand that. But like for like super like out there like stories, I'd be like, I can't really see myself being Batman, but I could probably like the character.
So talking about basketball, this was like Saturday or Sunday. I went hard. Like, I know Saturday I was hitting threes from like wherever, and then Sunday we come back again, and I'm playing with people from school. I don't know if they want me to say their name, so I'm not gonna say their name. But this one guy, he kept passing me the ball. I made about 13, 14 points, and we went to 20. And I was like, man, I'm feeling it today. And like 2 of the shots that I made were pretty much heat checks. And if you don't know what a heat check is, it's just you shoot the ball and from just randomly, like no matter where you are. And if it goes in, then you're pretty much on fire. And I did that twice, and I was like, I'm the next Charles Barkley. And I thought it was pretty good. This is also a little off topic, but for Fuego, I'm doing a dance. I'm coming back, guys. I'm coming back.
Alright, you guys hit that, so if he doesn't do it, you guys can call him out.
Y'all
at
can...
the exact spot.
Y'all can make fun of me too if y'all want. But trust me, it's gonna be fire than the one from 2 years ago.
Dang, it's already been 2 years. That's crazy.
Yeah.
We didn't do anything this year because last year nobody cared except for Anakin.
Anakin did something which was alright, but
Napoleon I can get behind, but it wasn't original. But I love Napoleon, so obviously I want to cheer from.
Because it's like the first time I did it, it was just like unexpected. Nobody expected me to do that series.
I was like, wait a minute, I was going high. I was the last one there.
It was
I was like,
crazy.
I was just going high.
It was crazy. Like for me, I was really nervous. Like I got really tense like right before it. I had to
Didn't you have to get it approved by Malden before you did it?
I had to get it approved by Malden, and then I had to go with his son, and I had to show him what I was gonna do. I know one part that I just always will remember was whenever I got on my knees and then I got up without using
pop.
Yeah.
That's when everybody popped like, is he oh!
without using my hands off the ground. I saw the video, which is crazy. There's always this one person who always wants me to show them the video, and I mean, I think it's bad, but everyone thought it was good because no one really expected.
I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
I remember like the day before he's like, okay. So after that, Jeremiah's dance, I was like, Jeremiah's doing a dance?
Yeah, it was like,
I was like, all right.
Like the whole time, I was like really, really nervous because I really didn't want to do it to the very last show. And like, I was so surprised that so many people were out there. And then once the next year, I was like, or once I was done with it, I was like, I'm going to do this till senior year. And then next year, we got a different band director, and it was pretty much bad. I really didn't like it. I wanted to quit, and
I mean, you still do.
Yeah, I still kind of do, but it's like the only reason that I'm still in it is because of people, and I forgot. Okay, so for Fuego last year, like I walked out from the very first song, and not that many people showed up. Like compared to what it was the year before. Like the year before it was packed. I remember that it was packed, and it was like
not even just band parents. It was just like
it was like regular people, and I was like, this is pretty crazy. And like once I saw last year, and like pretty much only the middle and some of the sides were kind of filled, I was like, this isn't the same. But I still had fun doing Fuego. It was alright. I had to get out of school, so I was like, even better.
Yeah, I remember for like a large part of that. Doing that Fuego, I didn't do anything. I did the show, and we had like 3 hours off, and then I took those 3 hours off. I didn't do anything. They did the Daft Punk medley, and they all had their stands out with music on, and they turned off the lights.
And they couldn't see it. It was like,
I remember there's like such a complaint with us. I'm like, I'm not gonna learn it. He's like, we're not gonna learn it. We're gonna do it with the stands. I'm like, I still don't want to do it. I was like, oh, they're gonna do it anyway. And I saw the lights go off. Like, I'm pretty sure they can't see. And just people trying to shine their lights on.
They tried to use the lights from the ball, and I mean, it worked out, but it didn't really because they only had a few people go out there. Only like the best players, which was why I didn't go out there.
Only Raven.
Yeah.
Only an Asian.
They needed someone who is smart and dependable.
Dog. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I'm not gonna cut this out. I'm leaving it.
That's so rude.
Nah. He's not even Asian. He's Filipino.
That's still Asian. It comes from.
You can't just group them all.
No,
I don't call all black people black people.
Indians are also Asian. It's in the Asian.
Then why do Indians get the special privilege? I call Indians Indians. I don't call them Asians.
Because
gotta give them the titles.
You're Asia. You're Asia. You remember that from history class?
Are we North Americans?
Yes, we are North Americans.
Nobody calls us that.
Because if we go to Europe and they're like, oh, you're from North America, huh? Or you're American, right? And they're like, yeah.
But Canadians get called Canadians.
Because that's a country. I'm talking about continents.
No.
Because you're Asia, Europe, and Asia. Asia includes India. I know, because I thought that was dumb.
No.
It was. I was like, how come we can call Indians Asians? And then I didn't like how people called Native Americans, Indians. I thought that was pretty racist.
That is racist. Just like Christopher Columbus, who committed No, it wasn't. No, he didn't. It wasn't genocide. I don't want to go.
Genocide?
He killed a lot of people.
Christopher Columbus?
Yeah. You didn't know. Nah. You gotta be. Nah. You shaking my tail feathers right now?
Shaking your tail feathers?
Yeah, Christopher Columbus.
Alright, right now I'm about to expose some people.
Yeah. Alright.
So.
Alright, welcome back. We just cut back. We had to cut some stuff out. No, go.
Okay. Alright. So. Alright now, okay, but for real, I don't know. I've just been chilling for school. I haven't really been caring that much about people in general. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but it is what it is. And I don't know. Just some people kind of make me mad. Some people act like I know what I'm supposed to do with them, and I don't know. People think I'm talking to everyone, and that's what really annoys me, is that I don't feel like I talk to everyone, because I only talk to like 1 or 2 people, and I don't know. It's just really annoying. If you ever, like, I'm not trying to be. There's one kid who tried to do
Is it the one in yellow?
No. So look at number 4. Look at how he does it. Oh well, never mind. So what he did, well, this is also off topic. I'm just going off topic, might as well. But number 4, so he was doing it right. He was what are those called?
Push-ups?
No, where they're running and then they do a push-up.
Oh, that's no, I was about to say the Running Man.
That's something else.
I don't remember what they're called.
Yeah.
I remember we did those. I remember.
You can tell how unathletic we are just by us not knowing what that's called.
No.
What they do is they're running and then they do push-ups. And number 4, he was running right, but then while he did the push-up, he still had 1 foot in the air, and that's why I started laughing.
He's trying to get a head start. He's like, I gotta beat them. I gotta get my 10 tips in.
I guess so. But back to what I was saying, but about everyone thinking that I talk to everyone. I mean, the people that say that talk to like so many people, and it's
right?
just like it's just like you can't compare me talking to 1 or 2 people whenever you talk to like everyone in school.
There's so many spikes in the audio.
So you know what? It's I mean, you told me to talk loud, didn't you?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. So if I listen back to this, I won't get scared.
All you have to do is like put the audio down.
No,
you can do that.
I'll leave it the same. I'll leave it piked, so whenever people are like, why can't I hear you?
But it's like, like there was someone that I'm obviously not gonna say a name that really made me just annoyed with them. And they were like, oh, what did they say? I know they got mad at me for something, and I'm not gonna say what that something was because that's pretty personal, but they just got mad at me for doing something, and I was really confused. I talked to someone else about it, and then they were kind of upset with what that person also did, and I don't know. It was just, I just don't really like anyone anymore. I can't really trust anyone other than my main man Cedric, who got me on this podcast. Shout out to him.
Hit that. Follow me on Patreon. $5 a month can keep me alive.
Hit that like button, man. Add this to your favorites. I remember for band that used to be our joke.
What?
Smash that like button. It was so funny.
Why did we even say that?
Because it was just funny, dude.
We said a lot of things in that. I love Midnight Shower.
Midnight Shower was pretty good. 1 a.m. run.
Decadab.
There's a lot of band stories that I could say personally.
With my underwear.
That it was just like amazing. Like the best trip out of everything I've done in band was the Schlitterbahn trip.
No. Yeah, that one's up there now. Now
That-
that I think about it,
Like,
that was really
I
up
don't
there.
think there's anything that can top that. Like right now, there isn't anything like drama-wise going on. It was just everyone was having fun.
I mean, at the end there was a little bit of drama.
Yeah, but it's like.
Why is he not here this morning?
Well, that's something else. Okay, but other than that, that doesn't really count. But other than that, it wasn't like
I'm surprised you
crazy
went
within
there.
the kids.
When
Yeah,
you were-
I was in middle school at that point. That was 2 years ago.
After I woke up from my nap, Adam's like, "This is my favorite movie. Wake up." What? The movie's over. All right. And he just started yelling at us. I'm like, "What did I miss? I
Like,
woke up for this."
wait, Adam was on your bus?
No, like I was sitting next to him, and then I'm surprised he called us over and he talked to us.
Oh yeah, I
You went-
remember
you-
that.
yeah.
Okay, so for me, I burped a little. For me, what happened was I was like, I'm gonna watch this movie, hella, just like the whole way through. I fall asleep like the next minute, and like I remember somebody sitting next to me. She was like a senior, and she was like, "Why are you reading the words?" I was like, "He can't see," and she was like, "Well, read them to yourself." And I was like,
Were you reading to that percussion boy?
"No, I was
Oh.
reading. I was reading it to a saxophone boy."
Yeah.
You'll know who I'm talking about because he lost his glasses.
Oh, okay.
And he couldn't see, so I was like, all right, I gotta help a bro out, bro. So I read it, and then after I argued with her, I fell asleep, and like he tried to wake me up at the best parts, but wasn't good enough because I woke up at the end of the movie, and I was just like, this is wild, it's getting pretty crazy. And then before that, like, everything was just amazing. I remember somebody screaming, "There's a tampon in the water."
That one's my story. That
Like,
was legendary.
I think I was with you. I was with you and Kane, and like, all we pretty much wanted to do was the lazy river because all the lines were like way too packed until they were like, "Oh, there's a lightning warning," so everyone got out of everything, and then once they were like, "Oh no, there ain't no lightning warning," me, you, Raven, Nick, we just all sprinted to the very top water slide.
Because I remember I was with Kane, and Kane's, and like it was me and Kane,
It's
and you guys were there
fun.
too, but you guys separated with us because we were.
It was twos, I think, right?
Yeah, it was twos at least. And then I remember the guy was just like, "Wait, no, come back, it's fine." Cedric, go! So we ran up and we rolled we rolled the tubes wrong because apparently we did it backwards, and if you do it backwards, you could end up falling out, and we almost.
so I think there was this one ride where it had like bumps and it would go if you went on it, and the guy at the bottom was like, "You want to go fast?" I was like, sure." He's like, "Get the fattest guy you can see and put him on the edge where so if you're looking at it, there's like the circle, put him on the edge of where you're going down." And we were like, that works. And then I went through like 2 or 3 people that came in my mind, and I was like, this could work. But I don't think they were with us on that trip, and I got pretty sad.
No, I can always tell the tampon story. It's just such a classic story. It was me and Kane, we
best
went
buddies.
looking for an hour because it was open tube, which means that you had to get your own tube. They weren't getting it, so we went searching for an hour, and we went into the lazy river. We went around one time without a tube, and then we went inside like with the tidal wave part of it, and then we finally got one. It was a 2-seater. We're like, yes, finally. And me and Kane were celebrating. We're like, yeah. And I just hear somebody scream, "Tampon!" And in my mind, I think about it more. And in my mind is that I think like it was a lifeguard saying tampon. It's like, ew. So I looked back to make sure, and then it was just some random girl, like some like 18, 19-year-old girl.
She was probably drunk.
And then she screamed tampon. And I was like, why she scream tampon? And she grabs her bikini bottom. She had a 2-piece. She pulls it out.
Really?
She reached inside.
For real?
And then she pulled out a bloody tampon, a red tampon.
Ew.
And I was like, oh god. And then you know what she does next? She chucked it into the water. And I was like, ew. And then as soon as she threw it into the water, the tidal wave hit. That's how they picking up speed towards me, Kane. So I was like, Kane, swim. He's like, what? And then you can just see a red tampon leaving a little bit of red blood stain following us. So we had to get out of it because it was getting too close. I was like, I don't know if that girl's clean or not. I don't want to find out. And then we got out just in time. And then in my mind, I was like, that was the scariest thing I've ever seen.
So when I said that she was drunk, that reminds me of another story. This happened.
Tommy.
This is no, that's something else. This year I went on a cruise. I've been on a cruise for the last 3 years. This year I went on a cruise. It was a different cruise. I like the last year better. I think I went on the
Alaska.
Yeah, but it was. I'm talking about the cruise line.
Oh.
The last cruise line I went on was Norwegian, but this year I went on a Carnival one. And it's like really different between the cruise lines. But so we're me and my family, we're all walking back to the boat. This guy, he has his shirt off. He's walking to us a little funny. We thought he was on drugs or something. He goes up and he's like, do you know where my ship is at? And then my uncle, he was like, what ship were you on, sir? And then he was like, I don't really remember. And then my uncle was like, well, this one goes to that ship and this one goes to this ship. So you only have a 50% chance of getting on the right ship. And he was like, I don't know. And we were like, this is our ship, and we don't know if this is the right ship for you, but this is our ship, so you might be on this ship. And then he's like, all right, I lost my wife. And like once he said that, we were like, okay, just keep walking that way. And like, so he walks that way, and we're walking to our ship. We keep looking at this guy because he's obviously drunk. Because by the time he starts walking to his ship, he's about to fall off the pier and go into the water. Now, there's no safeties on the water or on the side of the pier. So we're like, if he falls off, he ain't coming back with us. And the thing about it is that this cruise line will wait for you if you don't get on the boat. Oh. So if that person was on ours and he fell off, we would have to wait until somebody came and rescued him. But I got pretty scared because I was like, what if I walked too close and I just fell out of nowhere? I was like, it's wild. I like the Alaskan cruise ship better, but that's whatever, you know.
I mean, it's still a cruise ship. At least it wasn't the Titanic. Did you know, what would it be like if we were on the Titanic? You know, that night, you know, I was there, you know, as a lower class person, you know, I barely got on. I was trying to go see my relatives in America. Yeah, my daughter, you know, I had a wife, but, you know, she died of lung cancer. You know, just me and my daughter, I sent her off so that she can have a good time in America. You're on there first class. You just have a good old time. You're a famous author. And, you know, we end up meeting by accident in the elevator. Except it was like the pulley elevator. So I'm like, oh, hi. And I talked to you about my daughter. I tried to show you my pictures of her. He's like, hey, don't talk to me. And all we hear is, hey, whoop. And then we're like, what was that? And we just like tip over. We're like, what was that?
Wait a minute.
And you just hear somebody open up the elevator door. Run! I'm like, what? And then in my mind, I'm like, I'm on a cruise ship. But in real life, I'm like, I'm still on a cruise ship. And then, you know, we look outside and we just see this big old iceberg just cut through us. We're like, I don't think we're going to live. Then, you know, we go over to the trolleys or whatever they're called, the lifeboats, like women and children first. But I'm like,
first class first. And then you see me get on there and then you're like, hey! And then I'm like, bye. And
then you go down. And I'm like, well, now I just gotta wait. And then, you know, there's 2 seats left open. I'm about to get on. And there's this mother and her daughter. And I'm like, okay, you can get on. And they get on. I'm like, I should have just pushed them out of the way. Now I'm not gonna see my daughter anymore.
You could have held the mom could have held the daughter in her hands, and then you could have sat right there. You could have probably gotten another wife, bro.
And so, you know, and before they left, you know, I wrote a message in a bottle to my daughter. I gave it to him, like, if you ever have a chance, send this via mail. I don't know if they ever did it or not because I died.
They did it by brick.
As soon as I, you know, fell, I'm in the ice cold water. I'm about to die of hypothermia, and then I just see a piece of driftwood pass me, and I see Jack and Rose. I'm like, yeah, who are you? And I'm like, why doesn't he just get on the drift flag? He can get on. and then I die.
And then they say something weird like,
never let
go, Jack. And then he just lets go like out of nowhere. He can't just go, come back. Like it's just.
But she just lets go, and then I'm like, I should push her off. So then I push Rose off, and I take the life raft, and I live. Good story, guys. Okay, so.
So you want to hear a good joke?
What?
What do you call a Reese's cup that spills on a tie?
Oh wait.
It's pretty.
I'm about to say Reese's Pieces. That doesn't make any sense.
Nah, that's not that.
What?
You want me to tell you? Tyrese.
Oh.
That's pretty good, right?
It's funny because it's a name.
It's funny because it's a joke.
Yeah.
But okay, so one of our band directors, he knows a little too much.
Yeah, no. He thinks he knows a little too much.
No, he knows a little too much.
Well, no, it depends on what we talk. It depends what we're talking about. No. I get
what do you mean?
Ashy Elbow, no. I know that boy. Ashy Elbow, everybody's gonna know him now. They're gonna be looking at. They're like, does he have ashy elbows? Yes, he does. I don't know if he has. He probably does. Yeah, he does know a little too much.
Yeah, he talked to us about dates.
Give him some tips. Here's some Jeremiah dating tips given by band director.
So there's some tips that I follow through. It doesn't work out because I got rejected by every girl I've talked to, but one of the tips he said was, it's so funny. If when you're gonna take a girl on your first date, take her to somewhere cheap. That way, if she ever stays long enough with you, you can take her out to that fancy restaurant. If she's looking off of the dollar menu at McDonald's, she's the wrong girl for you. She has to keep looking at her. She has to keep her eyes looking at the dollar menu, and if she picks something from there, you gotta wife her up real quick.
That's how you build it up. You take it to McDonald's, you get the dollar menu or more. Yeah, that more is a little too much. But, you have a little extra bank. And after that, then you go to Starbucks. You get her that $5 small coffee. And after that, then you go to Chili's, get that 2 for $22 deal. You get them half-stack ribs or whatever.
So what you're supposed to do by the third date?
I'm not done. And then after Chili's, you go.
No, I gotta tell you what you do on the third date.
What?
You got the first and second date done.
Yeah.
Then the third date, you starve while you give
the whole Dippin' Dots ice cream.
You give her the whole McDonald's menu, all right?
Yeah, wait a minute.
The whole McDonald's menu.
That's a little
while
too
you
much.
starve. That's what I did my third date.
No. Wait, when were the other two?
Whenever I went with someone to the concession stand after a football
game.
Oh,
okay. I was like,
that's for both of them.
That's a little too much for. No, yeah, you start off with concession stand, $2 stale, half gross, bloody nachos, because, they kind of cut themselves on the nacho can opener, so it kind of gets in there, but they're like, no, just mix it up. The thing is hot Cheeto juice or whatever.
Hot Cheeto
and you're like, ew, hot Cheetos with my eye, it's going to be pretty bad, and you get
Then you get a STD, and you're just like, how? How?
I just had nachos that accidentally had red hot Cheeto mixing left in it. It wasn't blood.
So you want to hear another joke, Cedric?
What?
So you're American right now, right?
Yeah.
What are you when you're in the restroom? This is a good one.
Well, I don't know. What am I?
European. That's a knee slapper trademark. Oh!
Get the... I have a ring on.
I like these trademarks that I did with myself. I trademarked my own name.
I should trademark.
I trademarked my own name.
Whenever a kid gets born, we're gonna call him Jeremiah. Hey, where's my 10%? What?
I swear.
I need my 10%.
I need my 20% of his living.
Did you just say 10%? I need my 50%. Just give me a child. Wait.
Wait a minute. Can't be taking my child. So, I think I'm ready to be in the NCAA basketball tournament.
Do you know what that means?
National College
That's
American
no,
Association.
you say
Athletic Association. Yeah, it does. It doesn't mean that because it's in NCAA. I was like, where's the basketball going? Where the B at? And then I was like, football is also in the NCAA. And then I was like, National College Athletic Association. I was like, this is smart. Why didn't I think of this? I could have trademarked this. I could have gotten money.
No.
Just like how in our engineering class, you think like somebody made a bunch of money from making a chair. A chair. Somebody made a bunch of money from making a garbage can. A garbage can. Like, it's crazy. It's wild. This world is coming to an end.
Just coffee sleeves? Those are like some stupid cardboard thing, and they make millions. Just so that you don't burn your fingies on coffee. Fingies.
Oh, yeah, that. I was like... And then also this. Like, this.
Get that good fidget spinner. Why do you still have a fidget spinner?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I got a little too close. I gotta leave. You know what? I still have food in my house because I didn't eat before I got here because I was taking a nap. But before I fall asleep, I ate cotton candy. Don't go to sleep after you eat candy.
You'll never do that.
But I did anyway. But I brushed my teeth anyway. But like cotton candy doesn't make sense to me. It's just heated up sugar that sticks together.
Well, I mean, that's not. I mean, you're not wrong.
Get it.
But it's
it makes like a fluffy. Okay,
it's
so
like Pop
I do
Rocks.
With my cotton candy, I love Pop. Wait, no, we're talking about a Pop Rock ad in like 2 seconds.
All right.
Yeah, you know which one I'm talking about. Yeah.
Sorry, I got a little excited by eating.
Okay, so whenever cotton candy gets wet, it gets hard. So like sometimes I put my mouth on it and then I like lick it and then I pull it out and then it's just like.
Okay, you messed up one.
Pause. Rewind. Alright, so whenever I eat cotton candy, I just bite straight through it, and then sometimes some saliva gets left on the bite, and then it gets like hard and it gets like it becomes like really like it like solidifies in like a rock, and then like I try to bite into that and that's like the hardest thing to bite, and it's just like pure sugar. Wait, that sounded wrong.
Well, one, you mess up. You don't lick cotton candy in the first place. Wait a minute. It's like, what? Aren't you gonna cut this out? It just randomly cut it.
We should just insert something random in here. Like after this, we can just talk about something else. Alright, hopefully I put something in. If not, then that's just empty space.
Okay.
I'm not gonna put anything in.
So the next are you done with your candy stuff?
Yeah.
Alright, so let's move on to music.
Alright, got that.
Cause dude, like I can't talk about music until I die. I love music.
I like listening to music.
Yeah, I like singing even though I can't sing. True. I like dancing even though I can't dance. I like listening even though I can't listen, you know.
What?
But I like what's your favorite album like of all time?
Dang, that's a hard question.
I think I know mine, but it's only because I can't relate to it. But I think it's just because I'm dumb.
Ooh, I gotta think like just like in general. Ooh. Wow, what is it? I know my favorite one this year.
Yeah, I know it too. I haven't listened to it though.
Yeah.
It's the Tyler the Creator one.
Yeah, I love it. Even though I liked Kendrick's album too.
Kendrick's album wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. I mean, obviously it had its big hits, Humble and all that, but just the whole Tyler thing was just, it was a different pace, and it was, my opinion, his best album, and I really liked it. Yeah. But my favorite album of all time, you can talk while I think about it, because this is going to take a while.
So, like, Tyler the Creator, I like him, like, not only as an artist, but like even
as his like comedic side.
Yeah, with his comedic side and his fashion sense, with his Off Future Wolfgang. A good song that I like barely listened to was it was the new song by A$AP Mob. I don't know if they released a album, but I know they released a song, and I was like, ooh, I could bump to this. But I think my favorite album of all time, well, I don't really listen to albums, but I know one that I just like really I can listen to it no matter what, and it's Trap Soul by Bryson Tiller. I don't know why, but I just really like Bryson Tiller. It's just the stuff he says is. If someone else was to say it, I think it would be different. It's pretty much all R&B artists talk about the same things, but he says it in a different way, you know? Yeah. I don't really know how to explain it other than that. Like, if you listen to it, then you'd be like the production is good, the lyrics are good. The only thing that, like, 2 or 3 songs sound the same, which happened a lot on his next album. Like, all of them kind of flowed through each other. There wasn't really, like
defining factors in them.
Yeah, they're, like, the lyrics, yeah, but it's, like, if you can't tell, like, a song is straight off of the beat, then it's kind of, like, it's kind of the same song as the last one, but just different words, you know? So, have you gotten your favorite album?
Probably, yeah, like, usually for most albums, like, I can't listen to a whole album, because there's, like, 1 or 2 songs that I just can't get behind. But I think my favorite album is probably one of my first albums that I listened to fully, which was, Acid Rap by, Chance.
Chance?
It was my very first, rap album that I listened to fully.
I know when I was young, I listened to, like, rock and all that, but it's like, I don't know, something happened in, like, 6th grade where I was like, dude, hip-hop is bumping, bro. And I was like, ooh, I was like, I didn't really know who I listened to in 6th grade, but I'm pretty sure it was pretty fire. I don't think it was, because I didn't listen to anything good till, like, 8th grade, 7th grade year. That's when I started listening to, like, I don't know. I know in 7th grade year, people were gonna judge me, but in 7th grade year, I listened to K-pop. Crucify me.
I couldn't get behind K-pop. I mean, I understand why people liked it, but I guess it's kind of the same thing with, like, Spanish music, is since I don't know what they're saying, like, I can get
It's all good. Nah. It's like,
I just feel awkward listening to them. Like, I'm jamming out, but they could be talking about, like, mass genocide. I wouldn't know.
No. So, like some songs, like, I'm gonna be honest, I like the old songs from, like, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. It's like they talk about stuff that I like to listen about. It's like, I don't know, it's cool, but it's like, it's just pretty, like, they talk about the same things, and it's just like, gets boring. Who's your favorite artist? Like, painting artist, like Vincent Van Gogh? Nah.
Got my boy Bob Picasso. Gotta paint that little bush in the probably my favorite artist probably recently, because, like, of his recent album, Donald Glover, because I loved his, like, older rap stuff, but I appreciate his involvement in the just really funky, like, different music. Because most artists, like,
I like it that when artists artists are unique, you know.
Like, whenever Taylor Swift went from country to
pop,
like, that was, like, a big change, but it wasn't like oh, nah, not enough to that. Like, she transitioned very well, but in my opinion, I think Childish Gambino went from something that he could have made, like, a living off of, to something that, like, a lot of his old fans didn't really like. Like, because the internet, the album, like, it did, like, so poorly by reviewers, like professional reviewers, but, like, his fans loved it. So whenever he released
Awaken My Love?
Yeah, Awaken My Love. And, like, reviewers said, you know, it's, like, pretty good, but a lot of his, like, older hardcore fans were like, this isn't what I signed up for.
Yeah, because whenever I listened to that album, I was like, I honestly, like, I really didn't know if this was Childish Gambino, so I didn't really listen to that album, but, he's, like, 39, I think. He's, like, 35. He's up there in the mid-30s.
He got pretty old.
But he looks young, and I'm like, this is crazy. But I liked because of the internet, I like his freestyles are amazing. But I guess I'm glad he's doing what he's doing and retiring Childish Gambino and just pretty much becoming an actor.
I like his act. I want to finish Atlanta.
I've never seen him in a movie. Never seen him act.
I saw the first episode of Atlanta and I loved it, but I never finished it. And like I needed, because season 2 is coming out next year, I think. So I still have a lot of time to catch up. But him and Spider-Man Homecoming was really weird because he wanted to be He wanted to be Miles. I was talking to you about that earlier, but like he's too old now. Like as much as I hate to say that, like he's too young, too old to become Spider-Man. So like whenever he was in the movie, he kind of like acted like himself. Like he was just like he felt like he didn't want to be there. And like I mean like his character, it made sense for it, but like I felt like I was just like, even like if like he had to put like on the character, he probably changed it to where he didn't have to like be so enthusiastic, because he plays himself in the movie really, and I mean that's fine, but like I don't know. I guess I expected his community side or Atlanta or something.
I've seen a video that was like, Donald Glover's role in Spider-Man Homecoming was significant. I never saw that video, but I was like, how? It's like DJ Khaled when he was in that ad. Is he actually in the movie? Because I've never seen it.
Oh, DJ Khaled?
Yeah. Love DJ Khaled.
I love Spider-Man Home. My favorite part of the movie was like Spider-Man, because he's just defending neighborhood Spider-Man. So a guy's like, do a flip, and he just does a flip, and he just says yeah, and it's so funny. It's
really?
Like, do a flip, and he does a flip, yeah, and that's
really?
it, and it cuts away. That's like my favorite part of the movie.
That's
it's just
funny.
Simple. I don't remember seeing DJ Khaled there.
I know he was in an ad, and they were so. Have you seen that ad?
Which one?
The one with DJ Khaled?
Probably not.
Okay, so
I try to avoid ads for Spider-Man.
So the ad for that is that Spider-Man goes inside this gas station, or no, it's a convenience store. He goes inside of it, and then DJ Khaled's in line. Spider-Man, he gets some stuff. It was for the finals, the NBA finals. He goes in, he buys some stuff, and then DJ Khaled's like, Spider-Man, bruh, come on. And then these girls, they're like, can I take a picture with you? And obviously, you would think they want to take a picture with DJ Khaled, but no. DJ Khaled takes a picture of the girls with Spider-Man, and Spider-Man doesn't really want to be there. He's trying to get in and leave, and he's like, please, can I leave? And then DJ Khaled's like, oh, you're amazing, man. He says his catchphrase. He's like, another one, and he takes another picture, and it's just like, it was a little weird to see that during the NBA finals, but whenever I saw that, I was like, it's about to be the best movie ever. It's got DJ Khaled in it, Spider-Man. Like, how can they do that wrong? And then it's just, Spider-Man comes out and he's like, don't forget. He says something about don't forget snacks or something. Do you follow the NBA?
To be honest, I mean, I've watched the NBA if like I have the TV on. But I never have my TV on.
Yeah, I never have my TV on, but I kind of know what goes on in the league.
I keep track of like controversial stuff like drug use or any of that, but not like. Usually for highlights, I usually just go on Twitter, and then there's usually
on Twitter they have highlights. A lot.
So I usually, if it's on Twitter, if I'm on Twitter that day, I keep track of it. But if I'm not, I just wait until I see the results.
So like, my bad. So for the NBA Finals, everyone thought the Cavaliers were gonna win, and then once the Warriors win, all these people come out saying they were a Warriors fan, and I'm like, y'all just bandwagon. Like, y'all didn't even know that his name is Spate, but I don't really know what his first name is. They didn't even know that Spate was on his team. He's on the Magic now, and it's like, y'all just gonna act like y'all been winning this whole time. Steph Curry didn't become a NBA superstar until 2014, which was when he won back-to-back back-to-back MVP, and it's just like, y'all didn't know who he was whenever he got drafted in 2009, but y'all care about him now. I don't know. It's alright, I guess.
Alright, I'm a Packers fan. I'm a Lakers fan. So if they ever win anything, nah. This is video evidence. Because my grandpa got me into sports, so I like Packers and Lakers. Sometimes they do good. Sometimes they do awful, but I just don't watch them.
I like Packers, and obviously for NFL, I don't really follow it, but I'm gonna try to follow it this year. I'm probably pretty late on some games. I don't even know if the season started yet, but I want to get into the NFL, and I know.
Do a fantasy bracket. Do it with that band director that knows too much.
I'm not gonna do it. We know you're listening to this. I'm not gonna do a fantasy draft because I don't really know anyone in there. Like, obviously, I know like some people. I know Tom Brady. I know
Kaepernick.
That boy. Colin Kaepernick.
I don't even think he's.
Tony Romo.
I don't even think he's on a team.
No, Colin Kaepernick. I don't know. I know he used to be like really overhyped. Like,
yeah, I remember he beat. Crazy. I don't want to be that guy, but he beat the Packers one time, and then he just blew up. I was like, okay, he did a few good running plays, but y'all need to calm down. And then you know what happened the next day? He took a knee and it was over. I was like, you guys cheer him, but once he takes a knee, it's out.
My parents follow it like heavily, and like, yeah, they follow the NFL heavily, and like whenever the Super Bowl comes up, I think it was this year. No, it was a few. I think it was like 2 years ago, where it was the Patriots and the Seahawks, and then they were about to fight. I remember that. And then the Patriots. I knew the Patriots were gonna win, and like for the bracket, or it wasn't a bracket, but it was like, you know those things where it's like, they have names on it, and it's like a checkerboard.
Like a
Have
pot?
You seen this? Yeah,
my parents do pots. Yeah, no, not the weed. Money. Yeah. That's how we won that, because we won the Super Bowl. My dad's like, "What we won? We won a truck." My what? We won that.
So we got the pot, but I don't remember how much we won. It was like 1,000 something. It wasn't a lot because we didn't put that much. Okay, so coming back to these Pee Wee kids, this kid threw a football, went like 20, 30 feet over the kid's head. I don't know how he was supposed to catch that.
Oh, like that?
Yeah, but
it
went higher and it went farther. But back to the NFL thing, I don't follow it, but I knew the Patriots were gonna win, and I asked my parents, so who do you like? Are you a Cowboys fan? Like, is it?
Oh wait, okay. Really quick. So whenever I vlogged about my new glasses, hopefully they're coming in next week, thank God. But like whenever I was like walking out of Target, because I was just walking around vlogging, and then like I saw some guy wearing a Houston jersey, and I was like, oh cool, he's wearing a jersey. And then just some random guy, like when I was driving by, rolled down his window, it was like Cowboys for life, and I was like, and then he I guess the Houston guy like said something like that made him mad, that he like parked his car in the middle of Target. And he opened up the door. He's like, "What you say to me, bro?" I was like, "Wait, no, not." And he's like, "I didn't say anything." He's like, "That's right." So then he went back in the truck and he drove away. And I was just like, I could have seen a fight over a football jersey. That's funny. I really wish I saw that fight. Actually, I would have been like, "He said you suck." What? No.
Oh, so you saying I suck, huh? This guy saying that you said I suck.
This guy said your mom's fat. My mother's dead. Whoa, wait.
Just takes a one. It takes a full 360, 180, 250. The double scope.
No. Speaking of double no scope, how about that? I don't know. I was gonna.
You know, I'm gonna bring back a reoccurring theme on this podcast. Ban. We all hate it.
Alright, guys. That's that one reminder. Ban. Once a week, we always complain. That's all we did last podcast, and we just complained about that.
We're not gonna take all of this and complain of it, but I gotta say this, okay? Yesterday was the worst day ever for Ban. All we did was do the same thing the whole practice.
We didn't get one rest.
The whole practice. We did not get fitted till about 10 at night.
We got the hand-me-downs.
Mine doesn't even fit right. Mine fits big, and then Cedric's fits small, and then Anakin's I think his is pretty big, right? Or it's small.
His bibbers are good now, but like his jacket's pretty big.
I mean, the jacket is okay if it's big. The bibber can't be big. But I don't know. I don't know why I'm still in it. Somebody help.
You can send help by donating $5 on our Patreon. I want to set up a Patreon just for fun, but I don't expect any donations, and you need to have donations or else the Patreon doesn't stay open. So I'm not gonna do that for the joke. But if I did, I make it a pretty good joke.
Did you know that
Just like Ban.
every 1 minute in Africa, 60 seconds go by right now? Can you believe
probably
that?
died right now. It's crazy. No, like I think about I'm like while we're sitting here, I was like probably like somebody died, somebody was born, somebody did a marijuana, or somebody graduated college.
Well, not graduate college because
what if
it's
they
kind
took
of the
them-
beginning. It's
You
not.
can graduate winter.
Yeah, but it's not winter now, is it? You didn't think about that now, did you?
No.
But yeah, that's crazy. It's like right now as we're doing this,
Somebody's probably asleep.
somebody's dead. Somebody might be being born. It's like what I think is so crazy is that every single day has been someone's birthday.
Yo,
So happy birthday!
Wait, what
if it's your birthday and you're listening.
What
to
if
this.
there's one day? What if on Christmas nobody was born on Christmas? Like only Jesus was born. You know how crazy that'd be if it was nobody's birthday on Christmas. That'd blow my. Whoa!
That's crazy.
Are you ready for 2020? So it'd be a whole month of 420.
No, I'm not ready for 2020. That's the year I graduated. I'm not even ready for this year. It's barely third, fourth week of school, man. Homecoming.
We didn't even talk about that. Well, you know how we do. We talked about Spider-Man Homecoming.
No, I gotta,
Yeah,
I gotta say this, okay?
You gotta say something too. What if they just came over and like, hey, can you give us a shout out? I was like, what? All 10 of my kids follow me at Twitter.
So for homecoming, this was as a joke, and I don't know if you're gonna listen to this, but I asked someone, to be my homecoming date, and I got rejected. It was a sad day. That day was today.
That was about like 3 hours ago.
That was about 3-4 hours ago. I mean, it was alright, but I got pretty sad. I went to robotics, and I just cried. I just sat there and cried. But for real though, for homecoming, I don't know who's gonna win. Hey, that's an undercover police car.
That doesn't look very undercover.
Well, for homecoming queen, I really don't know who's gonna win it.
Did you hear that one guy? He's like, "Who's this?" Oh, it's this guy's sister.
Oh no, I know who you're talking about. And I was like, oh, that's pretty. I was like, and then there was one guy who was like, "You're not gonna vote for her? What?" It was funny. Who do you think would win?
Probably the first one on the list.
Yeah, the first one might win. I would talk to someone in my 8th period. They voted for the 4th one, I think. But I think the first one only because she's really nice.
She's very popular. She's good at sports.
She's good at volleyball.
Just like that one person in your grade. The other one, the one that's very tall.
Yeah,
the one that wins everything. She's always nominated for everything. I don't even know if that's possible.
I think it has to do with her mom too, because her mom works for the school, and it's just like,
it's like, if you don't put my daughter in,
if she doesn't win, I swear I'm leaving.
These kids' grades are about to go down.
All these kids, they about to fail, which leads me to another thing. So the seniors last year, 70% of them failed the STAR test.
17?
70.
Oh,
70%
Jesus.
failed the STAR test.
Oh my god.
And that's my favorite joke of all time. Cause like my Raven, like, he always brings it up. And it's just like,
I did not know that.
I'm like, I mean, it's good, I guess. Like, they really didn't care whenever that came out, I guess. I only took the tax test 1 year. 3rd grade year, I think. 3rd or 4th.
It's crazy to think that like half my classes are gonna be there next year because half of them are gonna drop out. And that's okay.
Yeah, that's like really weird. Like it's crazy how from freshman year, it's so big that it feels like almost 2, and then as you go along with the years, it just goes down and down. Like the seniors this year, barely, like only 3 rows, maybe 4, are filled with seniors, and I'm like, that's crazy. It's
Last year was only
weird.
like 2.
Yeah, it's like
Wait, no, at the
I don't
pep
know.
rally, I remember like there was like 2 rows of seniors, and then like during graduation there was like a
lot of people.
I was like, what were you guys doing these pep rallies?
Well, I hate when people say, "Oh, I hate school," but then they don't show their school spirit, their school pride, and it's like once you show that, then school gets really fun. Like, I don't know, like the people who sit next to us for the football games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you were to do that, then like school gets kind of fun because you meet new people, you meet friends, and it's just like, if you don't have school spirit, it's like it's pretty.
And then you throw like a confetti egg and like, hey, just throw one more. All you get ISS if one more confetti egg this throw.
And then you accidentally spill paint, and then you say, "Oh, I spilled the paint," but then they're like,
"No, you can go. You know you didn't do that." And then it was like, "What? He did? Okay."
Okay.
And then he was like, "Okay, who's gonna take the blame? You gotta take the blame." Okay. And then you get ISS.
What if low key they knew it was that person, but they didn't want to?
They just wanted to check his honesty, and it's like he's honest. Let's just let him go.
No, it's like they knew it was that person, and it's like, he can't get in ISS anymore, or he gets suspended, and they're like, all right, no, you're good to go, and he just leaves. He's like, I mean, all right.
You see that water park behind you?
Oh,
waste of money.
Okay, so you know what that water? So you know how 8th grade and then going to freshman that they have this water thing here?
Yeah.
That's where they're gonna go now.
It's so small. I feel bad for them.
I mean,
I'm so mad they got. One day I wanted, because me and Kane have a kind of a tradition. We always do mini golf. We do that a lot. And I don't know how that's possible, but there's always like a mini golf course somewhere. We always do that. So I was just like, one night we should just do midnight mini golf. We just get together and we just come here and we play mini golf. But it's not there anymore, so we can't jump the fence.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That's crazy. I never got to play it. I think. I kind of miss that. It's too bad that I'm not gonna be able to do that anymore. Because I doubt we'll go for a trip for a band regularly for mini golf. I know for WGI you might.
Yeah, but like, well, I mean, it depends.
It's just not the same.
It's not gonna be the same. Just like how this podcast is never the same. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this podcast. Do you have anything you want to plug? I keep forgetting to ask people that because I have the same people on.
You can follow me on Instagram at Jeremiah Ulate. Nothing weird, nothing different. No underscores, no periods. It's just JEREMIAHULATE.
What's that spell? Raven. Oh, is that it?
Also, shout out to Raven for helping me learn Stand By Me. And my social security number is...
I'm gonna have to edit that out now. I can't leave that in. Now they're gonna be like, "What's his social security number?" I can't leave that in.
Leave it like that.
No, I'm editing that out. Man, it was all fun. All right. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching this week's podcast.
It's like,
and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.